guys, so here we are, day 3, final day of Rose City Comic Con 2019. This is going to be a fun day. I'm a little tired though, so I'm hoping Monster has those coffee drinks again. I'm cosplaying as Jessica Jones today. We're going to have a fun time. Let's go. Oh, I'm going to hit up a couple panels today. The must see today is a Goofy movie reunion.
What's up? Oh, wow. Boom. Sitting in the center. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, you guys? How you feeling? All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us in Portland, Oregon, right? Yeah. We've been on a 10-city tour doing this, and this is the how many shows have we done?
This is the first one with you, my man.
Just lie though. This has been doing a lot. No, I'm just kidding.
We've done these before, but we're glad you could join us. And we're glad you could join us, too. This was great. How are you? Direction I've ever gotten. I had a director once make me run around the block because Goofy was supposed to be out of breath. And he actually had to go out and run around the block, you know, and I come back and, gosh, I can't. And I couldn't even talk, you know.
Whoa, bro.
Goofy out.
He did the Goofy before.
Yeah.
Say something in Portland in the Goofy voice. Like that's Portland. Voodoo Donuts, very popular, Goofy. What do you think?
Gosh, I think so, I guess. Oh yeah, it's weird. Yeah, you get all sorts of weird directions in the booth. What about you guys?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I like the good, honest direction. There's a gal I work with, Ginny McSwain. Didn't Ginny do the Goof Troop show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's always straight. She's like, that's too stomach stock. Try it again. And she'll let you know if you're not being sincere enough.
Yeah, well, I guess.
And I killed the mood. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna answer more questions.
What did I do? Did you finish?
No, I just gave up. I gave up my answer.
No, finish it.
I think I was finished. I can't get back to it now. How about you? Did you take direction well?
Mostly just tone it down.
Okay. Tone it down.
Yeah, because you come in strong, you come in high, you come in big, and then you can pull it back.
It applies. Go ahead, next question. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, so this question's more towards Pauly Shore.
Take it.
So I was actually most excited to see you when I heard about you going to be here. I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old here, so I wasn't able to get a picture.
Are those my kids or something?
How old are they?
Can we not do this in a Goofy movie? Like, Q&A? Come on, we're trying to keep it PG.
When's the last time you were up here, you know?
I was here 9 months ago.
Oh, well, okay. Better visit the hospital.
I don't think I should ever be invited to do these again. No, so go on, I apologize.
So my question is, because Son-in-Law is honestly my favorite movie. And I was wondering, what was your favorite movie to play in?
The one that I'm in with these two guys. Next question.
That's what the panel is.
Good answer.
You guys too, it's like, whatever you are in your life at that time, that's what I was excited to do. I can't say Biodome I like better than Son-in-Law or Encino Man. Like when I did Encino Man, that was the guy that I was at that time. When I did Son-in-Law, I loved all of them. I loved doing movies for you people. So I don't know, I liked all of them. Son-in-Law was awesome because it was the one movie that kind of took me out of the kid audience into mainstream America, then took me worldwide. So that was like the movie that I toured all over the world with. I didn't do that with Encino Man, so.
I don't know if you remember, when you only recorded like a couple of days.
Yes, on our film.
Yes, but I was lucky you were there. Sometimes you don't get to work with the other actors, but I was very excited to work with you. I hadn't met you before.
Did you read for Encino Man?
Actually, I did. I read for Sean Astin's part.
Okay, yeah.
And thanks, I didn't book that. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm just trying to compliment you.
No, because I remember we were running in the same kind of area together, so.
I wasn't cool to hang out with you. I mean, it was weird, man.
No, I'm talking about when we were all acting, not in real life, you know what I mean? Can we just go into see what happens when you ask if you had here?
So I didn't want to do like a singular question, so I wanted to think of something to ask all of you, and I was wondering, I know you guys have a large repertoire of what you've done, and I was wondering what your favorite line to not necessarily do for fans, but just your favorite line to redo, maybe by yourself, or that you think about often.
Favorite lines? Well, I can tell you from my favorite line, I had to do it like about 20 sometimes, was in a Goofy movie. It was where Goofy wakes up, Max wakes him up, and he says, "How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon?"
kept changing the ante. I remember that was the whole day of us working out, like, it's not like they didn't know. When you record a movie, they take a lot more time than they do with a TV show.
Yeah.
So they were playing around with, like, why is he saying that? Why is he, what's the, maybe the inflection should be on moon. Maybe it should be do this. And Max would say different things, but they all ended up with, just a random number?
Yeah, it's so weird when you record, especially an animated movie, especially when you got the time to do it over and over and over again. If anyone's ever been to Disneyland and saw Fantasmic, at the very end, Mickey Mouse says, you know, some imagination, huh? Well, Wayne Allwine, who did that, did it 86 times, and they took take number 2.
Wow.
Why'd I do the other 84, you know? So you never know. You just go in and do it over and over, and they pick the best one, which is usually the first one.
Everyone asks what's my favorite line from a Goofy movie, and it's never Max's line. My favorite line is Goofy's line, and I don't know, I'm laughing just thinking about it. It's so stupid, it's simple, but it's after, you know, they fight and they're on the car and they're going down the river, and Max is like, Dad, there's a waterfall, and Goofy goes, well, you do it.
Waterfall? Waterfall? Little things that let people like.
Double take.
Was that an ad-lib?
That was, I think we added the waterfall, the double thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what was written in there, you know. I don't remember where my wallet is. I don't remember what I did in 95.
I have your wallet. I have
Oh,
it.
is that where it is?
So for me, it was the Leaning Tower of Cheese the line.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do it because I get paid to do it anyway.
Oh, come on.
What? That's how popular it's become. What do you want? Don't do
Get paid, huh?
Give it away. Don't give it away, man.
Leaning Tower of Cheese, bro. I think that's how it sounded.
Yeah.
What was your favorite line?
Oh, well, I can't really.
It better be my line.
It's hard to choose. Especially
Good, look, you should get into politics.
But thank you guys.
Thank you.
All three of you, so thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you.
I have a question for you, Jason. Actually, you were one of my favorite characters growing up in a little underrated show called Irradiator. Everyone here loves it. I was curious, the character Dash X kind of got killed off a little early, I felt, and I had heard somewhere that you knew a little bit more about the character's origins or where the writers were going.
Well, the
with that.
show got canceled, and it was probably because they added me to the cast. I mean, if you look at my history of, I always join a show and then it gets canceled. I'm like the Ted McGinley of the 90s television. No offense to that, he's great. But yeah, for the Irradiator fans, I played a character named Dash X, who's kind of brought in the second season to be a foil for the main kids. And he had white hair and plus and minus on his hands. And the theories of his origin that were shared with me by the producers, if it went a different direction, were that he was maybe created like a Frankenstein monster, that he was from another dimension, or that he was from another planet. But we never got to explore all that.
And they didn't cancel it because you were on it. They just couldn't get any better than that.
Oh, yeah, I love you.
So I actually saw this comic based off the movie a while back. It's like a fast-forward comic, and it actually shows Max and Roxanne as adults with their son in the back of the car, and then Stand Out comes on the radio, and Max is like, "Hey son, did I tell you the story about how I declared my love to your mother by singing the song in front of the entire student body?" And Max's son is in the back going, "Yes, Dad, you told me like 1,000 times."
Wow, he was a little dick like Max was a dick to his dad. Great.
I think we need another movie myself.
Well, to just end this with a question.
And another strong one.
How exactly?
Honey, do your song, please. Please.
How exactly did they fish their car out of the bottom of that waterfall and drive it all the way to the doorstep of Roxanne's house, and then it blew up? And don't say the perfect cast.
Yeah, it's a fishing pole. That has to be it, you know. It's a cartoon. You can just lift it out. It's very light. Little paint in there.
Jason, you got some way?
Well, we could ask Roxanne.
Roxanne is here. She can ask. What do you think?
Roxanne.
Roxanne?
Oh, it's because it's cartoons. Yay! That's how it happens. It's cartoons.
Yeah, that's probably how I survive all of my missions, isn't it?
That's right. Oh, now he's in character. Dig it, Ron.
Booyah.
Booyah!
I'll see you at Voodoo Donuts later, bro.
Goofy in the Disney company. Was there any added pressure when you were first cast, and then when you were cast as Goofy's son, was there additional pressure that you felt taking that role?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of pressure because they were kind of doing some different stuff that they'd never done before. This Goofy never had to be like a nurturing father and feel, being upset about it. He was just pretty happy-go-lucky guy, so we had to add a lot of emotions. And also, there was a week in the beginning where they had decided that they wanted me to voice Goofy less like traditional and kind of change the character for the movie and do it more almost in my regular voice. And I actually had to do a couple of days of recording in my regular voice.
I remember that.
And I'm going, don't they want to hear Goofy? And so we do that.
You sound like Goofy, that's what
That's what I was supposed to. But at the time they had something on TV. It was an Oscar presentation. They had a Snow White, and they had the voice of the traditional Snow White, and they changed that into a 90s Snow White. They were trying to update the characters. Didn't work, got a lot of hate mail, and so they went back. I re-recorded all the stuff I'd done in the movie in my regular voice as Gorsh in this voice, and it worked a hell of a lot better. I was a lot of pressure in the beginning because I'd never started a movie, and I felt.
What other voices do you do besides the Goofy voice?
No, at that time.
No, right now.
Oh, right.
People want to come here to be entertained
Okay.
too.
Well, I can do Lester's Possum Park's voice there.
Yeah.
I got to meet him on that show.
Wow.
He did one line. He just said in Lester's Possum Park, he beats on the things, here it is. And I got to hang out with him before we went in for about an hour. And he was working material. He was going to do some stand-up that night. And he told me a joke, and he was saying, Bill, I'm going to try a joke on you. He says, I'm going to go out there, and I'm doing a thing for Jack Palance. And Jack Palance is going to go out there, and I'm going to go say, Jack, you're an amazing guy. You're 90 years old, and you was doing one-arm push-ups on the Oscars. You're amazing. Father Time has been very kind to you, but Mother Nature done kicked the hell out of your face. I always remember that. He died 3 months later, seriously, but I was, it's a great voice. I love doing that voice. And
You do Foghorn Leghorn, and you do Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh yeah.
And
Foghorn Leghorn. Anyone ever see the movie Space Jam? One of my favorite lines of that, I did Sylvester and Yosemite Sam in that movie, and fucking test, they're monsters, I got to say. I hate rabbits. All sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah.
I have. You ever see Robot Chicken? I did Bugs and Daffy and that. Oh, brother, ain't I a stink? You're despicable. You gotta do weird things when you do this job.
Did you do Donald Trump in the pressure?
As a matter of fact, I can. I'm here in Portland, Oregon.
Think it's wonderful here. That was awesome. Oh, by the way, I love the little one who came trucking up pick me up. Very cute.
Hey guys.
Hey, lovely.
How you doing? Keep with so.
my God, there's.
Yesterday.
Oh my God, there's my ex-girlfriend. She's stalking me. Honey, I told you, restraining order. 50 feet away from each other. Security.
Well, if we're...
Oh, give it up. Tell us your name. Sorry.
My name is Angela.
Give it up to Angela. Yeah. No, you bought me some Pringles yesterday at my booth, and I want to thank you. I ate some of them, and I also gave them to some other people. So thank you for feeding us
I
Pringles.
heard about that, and I totally appreciate that.
Respect.
That was my fan gift for
Respect. Bra, 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 bra.
Okay, anyway, since Ron Stoppable won't complete it, I will. And it's for Goofy and Max. If we look into each other's heart, we find but never too far apart. And maybe love is a reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing eye to eye.
Wow, beautiful. Give it up to her. Give it up, you guys.
She's a Comic-Con regular. She is always here. She gave me
Oh, so
food
she's always here?
She's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Yes, absolutely. So
Beautiful.
thank you. Nicely
Love it.
done. Hi.
Hello, friend. So, originally it was going to be a question just for Polly, but all three of you can answer. Have you ever made the leaning tower of cheese out of Cheese Whiz? Have you eaten it, and do you regret it or not?
It was for you, man.
Yeah.
Well, either of you can
I can
answer
say
it.
no, I haven't.
I've made pizzas with Cheese Whiz when I'm too tired to buy real cheese. It sucks.
Yeah, that particular type of cheese just reminds me of those cheese and crackers that we had when we were kids. What are those called? Those little, they're what, with the little red sticks? Do they still make those? Those were awesome. With the little red sticks. Yeah. So that was really, excuse me?
Candy snacks.
Yes. Yeah, candy snacks. So that was the last time that I ever had that type of cheese, so the answer is no.
How about you, my man?
I was gonna, but I can't find Cheese Whiz.
By round of applause, has anyone attempted Leaning Tower cheese?
It's in the health food aisle.
Our friend Meyer has it. Don't ask me how I know.
By applause, has anyone else ever attempted, if I've seen the movie, to make a Leaning Tower pizza?
To make one, yeah.
Did you eat it? And we have yes. Outstanding.
All right, thanks for the question, my man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We like you, dude.
True. It says, "Gosh, Daisy, would you blow on my boo-boo?" And I'm going, you gotta be kidding me. It's gonna be a talk soup tomorrow night. And I couldn't say it. It was like 15 minutes. I was laughing. We were "Gosh, Daisy, would you blow?" I couldn't do it without laughing. And Wayne Allwine, who did Mickey, was saying, "Gosh, would you blow on my boo-boo after that?" You know, and just, fell apart. True story. Yeah. Sometimes it just disintegrates,
Great question, thank you. I'm gonna have to, how do you unhear it? It's like I can't unhear it. Go ahead.
Alright, hi, my name is Kirsty. This is my birthday weekend.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. For Jason, what was it like working on Spirit Away?
Anyone else see Spirited Away? She's still talking to you. It's all directed to you. It was outstanding. I had never heard of Mr. Misaki before when I auditioned for it. It was one of those things. I just read for it. 3 months later, I found out I booked it, and they explained this is a big deal. This is the Miyazaki's movies are huge in Japan. He's like Walt Disney of Japan. And I came in, and the movie was already done. I just came in to do the English dub, so I only saw the parts that my character was in, which is most of the first half of the movie. I didn't see the entire movie for another 3 months after that. And then I understood what the hype was about. It was beautiful. It was outstanding. They flew me to Toronto, to the Toronto Film Festival, where it was going to premiere, and I got to meet Mr. Misaki, who was like my height, and hardly spoke any English. He was very, very nice and gave me some fantastic gifts. And I became a fan. I'm proud to say I'm part of an Academy Award-winning movie. which is no thanks to me at all. But yeah, it was a good time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Children's lives are at stake here. I can't go through that again.
So, have we seen Hocus Pocus? Do you recognize that the boy in the beginning of the movie is not me? All right, that's very different. But Sean Murray, a good friend of mine, fantastic actor. He was originally hired to play human Thackeray Binks and then voice Thackeray in the movie. And then, movies are a big deal, lots of money, and, hands get involved, and they decided after filming that, they wanted to change the voice, and they did a casting, and I booked it. So I never got to really work on the film. However, I was doing, I think it was Boy Meets World on the Disney line. And they were shooting Hocus Pocus next door, and for the Erie, Indiana fans, Omri Katz was Erie, Indiana, who played Max in Hocus Pocus, so I knew him. I would go over on the set and visit him every chance I got. So I was on the set while they were shooting Hocus Pocus before I actually officially worked on it. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
And then my second one for all of you was either as growing up or now, do you have other voice actors that you're inspired by and you really like?
Gosh, anyone older than me is dead. So, when I grew up, I got to meet Mel Blanc shortly before he passed away when we did Roger Rabbit, which was the first movie I did even anything on, which was background voices and stuff like that. And of course, he was like a god to everybody getting into voiceover. Another guy named Dawes Butler, who is the voice behind all the Hanna-Barbera things, Yogi Bear, Huckleberry Hound, and stuff. And I took classes from him, and that was the most instrumental thing, probably why I got Goofy and everything, because he was the first one that said, you're not just doing voices. It's not about the voice, it's about the acting. And so anyone wanting to get into this business, take acting lessons, because good actors can be good voice actors. But if you do, if you have a good voice, people always say, I got a good voice, I should be in voice acting, That's like saying, I got a good guitar, I should be a guitarist, It's like, no, that's your instrument, can you use it? So he was my idol growing up, and it was hard to find who, it wasn't any internet, so finding who did these voices. Who's this June Foray person? Who's this Frank Welker guy? You couldn't find anything out until I came out here and got to actually know these guys. And but they were the giants, and so those were my idols.
Where are you, my man?
My man. How you guys doing? You guys having fun? Yeah. You guys still cool? Everything's happening? I just have to say what he said, which is basically the actors. I mean, Eddie Murphy and all his stuff, and I don't know, all the actors that you guys like that do voiceover. I don't know specifically, but I think people that act all do voiceover stuff. I act, do voiceover. I don't think there's particular people that just do voiceover. There is, I guess, but not.
I do, but I've done movies before and stuff. But generally, yeah, it's kind of across
There's just voiceover actors somewhere, but I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's Powerline!
So, hi.
Hi.
So, I have
This feels like it's an 80s movie about to start. Listen, Mom.
Yeah. So, hi. I have a comment and a question. So, my comment is on the Goofy movie. One of my favorite things is that from what I can tell from the second Goofy movie, is that Roxanne's never actually shown ever again, or spoken of. And I think that's kind of really cool, because they're in a teenage relationship, and it is so ridiculous to believe that, teenagers will end up together forever.
Yeah.
And I think that
entirely ridiculous, or maybe there's some parents here that might have been, it's feasible, but...
Yeah, also, maybe if we were in Utah, that'd be different.
I mean, Roxanne is never spoken of or seen again, from what I can tell, and,
She was probably like, you lied to me.
No, it's just like, I think that it's really cool that, that they're teenagers and that they don't have to...
What'd you say?
They'll be back.
Where are you going, Polly?
I find it really cool that they didn't end up together. Like it wasn't meant to be, and you know that's fine. And that maybe it was a mutual breakup, or maybe it wasn't.
You like that they were exploring, they're being themselves, and
Yeah, and that
yes.
they were 14 when they got together.
Right.
I mean, like.
Yeah, they weren't that old, yeah.
Also,
we don't know what happened. Did you ever come up with a story on your own for like what happened?
I mean, I thought maybe she came to her senses, like, you know, you were really mean to your dad, and
Yeah,
I
he is
can't
pretty
possibly
good to his dad.
be.
That's probably
maybe that's it. Yeah.
And my comment, not my comment, my question is, you know, what was your favorite song to sing during the entire movie, and was it hard to sing while doing those wacky voices?
Well, I only had 2 songs to sing, Open Road and Nobody Else But You. But I was like, do you need a break from modern living?
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. I did that day number 1 of the movie. I did the songs. And a couple of years ago at the D23 convention, we got to right a wrong that I saw. Because I said when we did the songs, and Jason's friend Aaron Lohr sang the songs, I don't think they knew that Jason can sing. So we made that right by singing the song live in front of about 1,200 people a couple of years ago at a D23 convention.
Oh my God, do it.
You remember the words? I don't. To shed your weary load. If your brain is and your brain is fried, just grab a friend and just get right together on the open road. Come on, Maxie!
All in all, I'd rather have detention. All in all, I'd rather eat a toad. Yuck. The old man drives like such a klutz, but I'm about to hurl my guts directly upon the open road.
There you go.
Who did a great job. I was 18. They already gave me the role. They wanted me to audition again, to like sing audition. They're like, you got it anyway, but you got to try to sing. I did my best. You know, Matthew Broderick can sing amazing. He did not do his singing voice for Simba. Who knows? Again, you make a movie. There's lots of money on it, lots of decisions happening. But I think to answer your question, like, how do you do it? I mean, you're professional, like Bill, you can do anything, you know, and being able to, that's what, you know, people who want to get into voice acting, it's more than just a tool. What can you do with that tool? Can you perform? Can you sing with that tool?
Hey, man, there he is. He's so busy at a session during this show, you know.
My roommate called me. I had to like clear the rent check. Sorry. Oh, he's like, dude, you got to deposit at a certain time, otherwise they're gonna evict us. Sorry, no disrespect.
They were in the back because
life goes on.
They're texting me in the back going, he's coming back. I'm like, he said he would. And I was like,
apologize. I drink water. Respect. You're back.
You gotta take care of banking, you know. That's just true.
Oh my God, you're still up here. Have you been waiting for me to answer something? I'm not running for president. It's not going to happen.
oh, the question was already asked. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
We think you're cool, though.
Thank you.
Dude.
Man, I'm surprised we're still friends with Bobby. All the diabetes that he has, and all the cheese. I'm glad he's still with us.
Well, Maxie, hanging around with that Bobby, well, I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do.
Just because of his haircut, Dad?
Well, I
can join anytime, Polly. Help us.
I've only seen the movie twice. I'm sorry. Can't really I'm not a liar. I can't participate in something I thoroughly don't know a lot about. I've seen the movie twice when it came out, and then I saw it about 5 years ago.
Yeah. Thanks. Sorry you killed that.
Sorry.
Y'all the best. Thanks.
My day is set. The Goofy Movie reunion panel was so much fun. I'm so glad we got to see that. I love Bill Farmer and Jason Marsden and Pauly Shore. He was pretty funny. We're gonna head out. Had a wonderful day today and great time this entire weekend. I hope you enjoyed all the vlogs. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hi, I'm Marie. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you know when I upload my videos. Usually it's on Mondays and Fridays, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check out my Instagram. I took a bunch of photos this weekend. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all the things we do here on YouTube. I'll see you in my next video, which should be Monday, 8 a.m. And I think I'm going to do a Rose City Comic Con haul. So look for that. All right.